This was the winter of 2012. We had gone to Ladakh for the frozen river or the Chadar trek, which is during the day range between -5 to 5, and at night it can go down to as low as even -40 degrees. So it was our first night. We are sleeping in the tent, wearing about 6 or 7 layers, thermals, sweatshirts, jacket, and with all of that gotten into the sleeping bag. And for about half an hour there were these bouts of shivering where I felt like I don't know if I'm going to return from this trek ever or not. And then it kept happening. So finally I started shouting for help, that please, we are freezing, come and help us. So our guide already knew what the problem is, and she came and just insisted and got us to remove all our layers, like literally everything except thermals. And she said, just get inside the sleeping bag with your thermals and breathe. I think in less than 10 minutes I felt, you know, that warm you feel when जिसको कहते हैं आप in near the bonfire we put our hands and feel warm, या वो सेकने वाली गर्मी. That's the way I felt. And after that, every night we followed the same thing and slept relatively comfortably without the fear of shivering. So that's the magic of thermals. In this video, I'll take you through what are the different types of thermals and how do you choose which one to buy depending on your travels or even for your use in winter. If you like the information that we share, we'd love for you to click the like button. It will help other people make a conscious choice and stay warm. Let's start with the very first question. What is thermal wear? It's also known as body warmers, inners. This is the very first garment that you wear in winter, and it should be worn as close to the skin as possible. Thermal wear consists of a thermal top and thermal pants. The scientific principle behind thermals keeping you warm is that it actually helps in locking our body's natural temperature and helps avoiding the body heat to escape. That's why we insist that it must be worn as close to the skin as possible. When exactly do we need to wear thermals? So normally we feel, अरे jacket से काम चल जाएगा. When we are going to a hill station or to the mountains, maybe some trees in Europe, we are generally traveling from a place where the temperature is in the range of 35 degrees. So we can't imagine how cold it will be. Like in Delhi or Amritsar, these places in winters, they say कि wear your thermal wear even when the sun is out because you don't know कब सर्दी पकड़ लेगी. So every time the temperature is below 10 degrees, that's a good indicator to put on your thermals. It just helps to be better prepared, not fall sick, and therefore enjoy your trip to the fullest. There are two things you need to keep in mind when you're choosing thermal wear. The first thing is, what is the temperature of the place you're traveling to? The second factor that you need to keep in mind is how many days are you going for, and based on that you would decide how many pairs you should pack in your bag. So let's dive right in. We look at temperatures starting at 15 degrees all the way to a sub-zero extreme cold and try to understand which thermal wear would be suitable for this entire range. The very first category we would take up is 15 degrees to 8 degrees. In this temperature range, you could opt for thermal made with synthetic materials or cotton, very commonly available, more economical than the woolen option. The only disadvantage is that in case there is a wind chill factor or the temperature dips further down, you would not feel as warm. You'd need something that would be suitable for colder temperatures. Also, when you travel to a colder place, let's say you plan to travel in winter or higher hill station, these thermals will not really work the moment the temperatures dip below 8 degrees. The next temperature range we will consider would be an 8 degrees all the way to a -10. In these cases, you can choose to buy wool thermals. They are great for this temperature range. The only disadvantage is that in case you step into a heated room, it feels very uncomfortable. Also, some people find it itchy. They say chubta hai. So these are some of the disadvantages in case you choose, thermal wear which is made with completely merino wool. Is there a thermal wear that can work in both temperature ranges, right from a 15 degrees all the way to a sub-zero? Is there one that can regulate temperature? Is there a thermal that does not feel itchy on the skin? One that doubles up t-shirt as well, so you don't need to wear an inner and then your clothes. You directly wear your thermal and put on your jacket, thus making winter wear so much more lightweight. Does such a thermal even exist? How many thermals should you carry on your trip? Typically, you can wear a thermal set for 3 to 5 days without changing, as long as it doesn't get wet. Let's say if it's a 10-day trip, we carry normally 4 sets, so we can also wear the thermal top and the thermal pants while sleeping in at night. So we carry 4 sets. We wear one set during the day, air dry it at night and get into the second set, and then repeat the set we were wearing during the day. After 5 days, we change the set that we are wearing. If it's a 1-week trip, 2 sets of thermals should be just about right. All the tips given to you have to be kept in mind depending on individual resistance to cold. People who are living in colder places have a higher resistance to cold. That often happens with us. The first few days of reaching a cold place, we're like, it's so cold, it's so cold. And by the 3rd or 4th day, we're more comfortable with the temperature. That's why please keep in mind your individual resistance and choose accordingly. Also, when temperatures are really low, like when you're going to the Scandinavian countries to see the northern lights, you're going for a cruise to Antarctica, where temperatures could be below -10, and you do have the tendency to feel cold, then it's a good idea to actually layer up with 2 thermals. It's the perfect way to stay warm, and we learned this on our trip to Tromsø, which is so close to the North Pole. And the 2 thermals worked brilliantly for us. The thermal wear tops are available in full sleeves, half sleeves and sleeveless. It's really an individual choice which style you would like to pick up. Generally, if it's really cold, it is advisable to opt for a full sleeves thermal. Having said that, in temperatures ranging from 5 degrees and upwards, you could even opt for a half sleeves, especially base layers that can double up as a t-shirt, simply because we don't feel so cold on our hands, and wearing a full sleeves thermal, a full sleeves sweater, a full sleeves jacket can actually restrict arm movement, making it difficult to speak on the phone simply because your hands are bulked up. In those cases, a half sleeves or sleeveless thermal is also good, works equally well in keeping your chest warm. A question we get asked very often is, how should a thermal wear fit? The answer to that is, it has to have a snug fit. It shouldn't be too tight such that you can't breathe. At the same time, it shouldn't be loose such that it lets air pass through. It's like your second skin, so ensure that it has a comfortable yet snug fit. I hope this video helps you choose the correct thermal wear for your trips, for your travels. If you have any questions, regarding which one should you choose, which size should you go for, or any other questions related to winter layering, feel free to drop us a comment, or you could even send us a WhatsApp. The link is in the description. Wishing you warm and happy travels.